And you've seen you haven't seen them pictures, but Alan's done. Of the six brothers, he had them up at his place.
Yeah.
Well, I was like that when they had the birthday dinner from the reunion for the six brothers. And Mama wouldn't, every one of them was supposed to be there. And she wouldn't go because I was like that. And I said, well, go on. I said, I'll be all right. I said, now I won't. But I said, you don't have to. She said, no, honey, I'm not going.
Oh.
And that we never thought about, we never thought about anything that she couldn't take care of. And she took care of that, but you know how she took care of it. Yeah. She just took care of it. She just said, Lord, take care of everything we need. That is her life. That's the life she did every day. And wonderful. I mean, she read that Bible to us, and they could ask her not to read it. Sometimes it'd scare her.
Really?
Well, he was little, and she tells us all about the Lord and what He do, how He take care of you, and if anything happened to you, it was His will, and the only thing we was afraid of was storms.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I was afraid of my shadow as far as going out by myself. But we get our granddaddy to come over to the house and stay with us if a storm was coming up.
Yeah.
And Mom would say, well, if you want to call Pa, you call him, he'll come over. But the Lord take care of us.
How, was Uncle Lex younger than you?
Yeah. Well, but they was about 3 years difference in all our age. Oldest was born in 4. Zella was born in 7. Now, this is in the 1900s. Rigby was born in 09.
Rigby? That was his name, Rigby?
Ruby.
Oh, it's just a Rigby.
And Ruby was born in 1909. And I was born in 1911. Alec was born in 1914, right up here on this corner. And Nick was born in 1970.
Wow. She had a lot of kids.
And I remember from the day whenever Lex was born, right up there, I remember, my memory goes back that far.
Wow.
And that's where he was born. I was 3 years old. We had Grandpa's youngest brother. He was full of mischief. He just tantalized everybody. What I mean, men, we'd have a lot of travelers that would come by. Like they used to walk by and you'd offer them a cup of coffee and all that.
Yes.
And he would let on like he couldn't understand, and he'd talk. They'd come by and he'd ask them if they wanted a cup of coffee. But he'd make them ask him over and over what they were talking about, because you'd give them what you had to eat and feed them and let them go on their way.
Yeah.
And then he tantalized Ella, because when he called me Bigger, he nicknamed me Bigger, and so he'd go out and buy candy. And in a bag, he'd tell her, the only way you ever got it was this hard candy in a bag. And when he'd come home, he'd give me the bag. And then he wouldn't have me to share it with him. And because he wouldn't do that, we had that house was a big house, and it had a porch around it like this. And there was one plane that would make a noise on that porch tree. And because he wouldn't give Zella no candy, Mama would always give him candy. She'd pay attention to him. She'd come in the house and just while she'd get on that plank and step up and down. And he'd tell her quit, she would quit. Now that's the things I remember right there when I was a little girl. And I know my grandmother, she couldn't cook biscuits. My mother's couldn't. My daddy's mother couldn't.
Really?
Just like she said, she couldn't cook them. She'd cook she cooked some of the best vegetables and everything, that's corned beef, but she couldn't cook biscuits. They just didn't turn out good. And and I remember her being there, and living there with Uncle Walker, that was his name.
Didn't you have to make your own soap when you were little?
Yeah. My granddaddy had a big old pot, and it was made out of wood, and here it was shaped like this. It came down all four sides like this, and had a little hole right down here about that big a square. When you would take the ashes out of your fireplace, you would put them in this big old thing that he did. And then every time you did it outside, and it would rain on it. And if it didn't rain, you'd pour water on it. Well, you set a bucket under there, and when that drained through, that was lye soap.
Really?
Yeah. And then you could take that lye soap and mix so much grease with it and make a bar soap out of it.
Oh.
And it would clean anything.
Really?
Yeah. And you just go out there and get so much of that lye. And if you didn't have no, if you hadn't got to making, the only time you'd have lye soap when you kill hogs and get all the fat off the entrails and make your grease, you know. You would cook them entrails like you, we used to every time they'd kill hogs, so they'd take the entrails out and we'd take and clean the doo-doo out of them, wash them. But you know, a lot of people, do you know colored people love chitlins better than anything? They name them was chitlins.
What people?
Huh?
What people?
The color.
Colored people love chitlins better than anything. And a lot of white people ate them. Now, we didn't eat them. But a lot of white people, they'd wash them. You'd take them out, you know, and you'd get all that, and then you'd go down to the branch, and you'd wash and wash and wash till you got them old. They were just as clean and as they could be. But my family didn't cook them.
Yeah.
But we had a neighbor that cooked them. And you go, if you work with other people and hear them talk and tell what they eat, well, they'll talk about how good old chicken is.
So do you like Barack Obama? Do you like Barack Obama?
Yeah, I like Barack Obama. I think he's doing a good job.
He is too.
He's colored.
Huh?
He's colored.
We have talked that there wasn't no difference in color. I was talking to one of the nurses up there yesterday. She was Spanish. But there's one that was colored. And they was, it doesn't matter when I've never been in the hospital much, but no matter when I was in the hospital, we always talk. And I don't know how the subject come up. Oh, her son was going to graduate. And she said, I'm going to get off first. She said, she talked to me all the time. She said, you're the sweetest thing. I said, well, I'm glad, because I'll tell you right now. I said, I think you're good too, and I think everybody else. I said, it's like this. I said, you can be good, you can be bad, you know. And I said, her son was graduating. I said, yeah, I bet you're happy. And she said, yeah, I am. And the subject come up at school, and I said, well, there used to be a lot of problems with the colors. But I said, our family never looked at people like that. And that was back in the years when everything was terrible and it got worse. Well, you know, Jimmy Carter was raised up with colored people. Now, you've heard him talking this morning.
Yes. We love Jimmy Carter.
That could be in the plane. Let me see.
Isn't that me?
What do you want to say to everybody? Talk. Say something.
There you go. You see it?
Well, the only thing I can say to all my family and everybody that I've been with is, look at my mouth flapping back and forth. Is that I loved every one of them, and I hope they knew that, because I didn't know why they couldn't, because I sure did talk enough to let them know it. You gotta watch me. Look at them. And I still love them. And so, and I don't, and the only thing about it, I think they love me just as much as I love them. I do. I think they love me as much as I love them. See that?
You do. You are the coolest chick I know.
Oh, you can tell I'm blue-eyed, can't you?